Hey there, future engineers. Welcome back to AB Engineering Guild, your go-to channel for practical and real-world applications of agricultural and biosystems engineering. In this episode, we're focusing on agricultural water systems, from small farm reservoirs to diversion dams, and how these systems help secure water for farming, boost productivity, and support sustainable agriculture. Water is very important in farming. To grow crops well, especially during the dry season, farmers need a reliable water source. In this presentation, we will learn about 4 simple and useful water systems for small farms like small water impounding projects, small farm reservoirs, small diversion dams, and shallow tube wells. These systems help farmers save, store, or get water for their crops. Understanding these options can help farmers choose the right system depending on their land and water availability. Let's start with small water impounding projects. SWIP stands for Small Water Impounding Project. This is like a small dam made from soil, built in a narrow valley. It's about 5 to 15 meters high. It collects rainwater and stores it in a reservoir. This water can then be used by farmers during the dry season. A SWIP can supply water to around 25 to 150 hectares of farmland. For effective use, the community or local government unit usually manages it. Planning must include proper spillways to avoid dam failure during heavy rains. This system is ideal where there is enough runoff from hills or slopes. Small Water Impounding Project provides a steady water supply, which means farmers don't depend only on rain. It also helps reduce floods by holding back excess water during storms. Water stored can seep into the ground and recharge underground water, helping wells nearby. Besides irrigation, some communities use the reservoir for raising fish or watering animals, increasing overall farm productivity. SWIP is a key tool in adapting to climate changes such as unpredictable rainfall. Let's take a real example of how small water impounding projects are transforming agriculture in the Philippines. In Balongo, Pangasinan, the Department of Agriculture in year 2022 opened 2 SWIPs in barangays Esmeralda and Poblacion. These structures now provide irrigation to a total of 132 hectares of farmland. The Esmeralda SWIP, worth 13 million pesos, supports the Cabaron Farmers Association, while the 23.8 million peso SWIP in Poblacion aids the local irrigators association. But the benefits go beyond farming. Through a partnership with BFAR, 15,000 tilapia fingerlings were introduced, giving residents new livelihood opportunities through aquaculture. This is a strong example of how SWIPs not only enhance food production, but also create broader economic impact in rural communities. Here's another example of a small water impounding project, this time in Cabanatuan City. Department of Public Works and Highways, DPWH, currently building a small water impoundment and rehabilitated a natural pond in Quiapo, Nueva Ecija. This provides residents of Barangay Bambanaba improved access to water sources and less vulnerability to flooding. DPWH is also excavating the shallow and uneven sections of the natural pond to deepen it by 2 to 2.4 meters. As of September 15, 2022, the project, with a planned physical target of 42,436 cubic meters of soil excavation, is 90% complete. Aside from managing flood risks, it will also be beneficial to the agricultural sector as it is expected to provide ample water supply to irrigate farmlands not only in Bambanaba but in neighboring villages as well. Here's another example of a small water impounding project. Completed small water impounding project at Barangay Butte and Barangay Sampaloc Quintino Caspilo Jr. Next, small farm reservoirs. SFR means small farm reservoir. It's smaller than a SWIP and usually built on individual farms. It collects rainwater and runoff, enough to irrigate about 0.5 to 1 hectare. Because it's on one farm, the owner takes responsibility for maintenance. Building an SFR requires understanding the slope and soil type to prevent leaks. Farmers can use it for multiple cropping seasons, making their farms more productive. SFRs are affordable and easy to maintain, which makes them accessible for small farmers. They allow planting more crops per year by providing water during dry spells. They are especially useful in hilly areas where larger water projects are difficult. Besides irrigation, water stored can also serve household needs and livestock. Here's a real-life example of a small farm reservoir, a simple but powerful solution for water conservation in rural farming communities. This earthen reservoir was constructed at the edge of a rice field, designed to catch and store rainfall and surface runoff from the surrounding terrain. During the dry season, the stored water is used for irrigating crops, ensuring that rice and other staple crops can continue to grow even when rainfall is scarce. This system not only supports consistent agricultural productivity but also helps manage water sustainably and minimizes dependence on external irrigation systems. Small farm reservoirs like this one are low-cost, farmer-friendly alternatives to large-scale dams, and they're proving to be highly effective in areas with seasonal rainfall. Here's another example of small farm reservoir that is located at Bingawan, Iloilo. Next, small diversion dams. Diversion dams are small structures built across streams or rivers. Instead of storing water, they redirect or divert the flow to canals leading to farms. These dams are usually 0.5 to 2 meters high and can supply water to up to 40 hectares. Building diversion dams requires knowledge of stream flow and ensuring minimal environmental disruption. It is ideal when there is a reliable flowing stream nearby. Diversion dams are cost-effective and fast to build compared to big dams. Since they only divert water, they don't flood large land areas. Gravity irrigation means less need for pumps, saving energy costs. This system works best where natural water flow can be used to advantage, making it sustainable and simple. Here's a real-life example of small diversion dams built in Occidental Mindoro. A diversion dam is a vital structure that redirects river water into irrigation canals, helping farmers access water more efficiently. In Barangay Payton, Occidental Mindoro, the diversion dam built by the Department of Agriculture has made a big difference. Before the dam, farmers relied on makeshift canals and sandbags, which could only support 2 cropping seasons and often failed during the rainy season. With the permanent dam in place, water is now stored and distributed more effectively, allowing farmers to grow crops for 3 full seasons and significantly increase their harvest, from less than 4 to as much as 6 to 8 metric tons per cycle. This structure now irrigates up to 200 hectares of farmland, benefiting not just one group, but the whole farming community. It shows how simple, well-planned infrastructure can greatly improve food production and farmers' lives. Another example of small diversion dam located at Davao City, where farmers in Barangay Bawani, Mawab, Davao de Oro, are set to benefit from a 5.8 million pesos diversion dam project by the Department of Agriculture in Davao Region. Now, it serves 23 hectares of rice land. They don't depend on rainwater anymore in order to irrigate farms. Lastly, we go to shallow tube wells. Shallow tube wells are pipes drilled vertically into the ground to reach shallow groundwater. They use pumps to bring water to the surface. These wells can irrigate 3 to 5 hectares, ideal for small farms without surface water. Choosing the right pump and ensuring proper well casing prevents contamination and extends well life. STWs provide flexibility because farmers can irrigate on demand. STWs let farmers decide when to water their crops, giving more control and efficiency. They work well in dry regions where surface water is scarce but groundwater is accessible. With reliable water, farmers can grow a variety of crops, not just traditional rice. However, sustainable use is important to avoid lowering the groundwater table. Here are some images of different shallow tube well projects here in the Philippines. Here's a quick comparison. SWIP covers large areas and stores rainwater. SFRs are smaller and farm-specific. Diversion dams don't store water but redirect streams. STWs pump groundwater and suit smaller farms. Understanding these differences helps farmers pick the best option for their land and needs. Small-scale water projects provide reliable irrigation, which means more food and income for farmers. They reduce the risk of losing crops due to drought. These systems also help farmers adapt to changing weather patterns by ensuring water availability even in dry years. Despite their benefits, small water projects need money to build and maintain. Sometimes they affect local ecosystems or require agreements on water sharing. Successful projects need community involvement and expert advice to ensure fairness and sustainability. In conclusion, no one system fits all farms. SWIPs serve large communities, SFRs help individual farmers, diversion dams are perfect near streams, and STWs tap underground water. Planning, designing, and managing these systems properly ensures they last and benefit everyone. And that's it for today. Agricultural water systems are essential for transforming rural communities, increasing harvests, and building climate resilience. If you learned something new, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to AB Engineering Guild for more engineering insights, real-world projects, and ABE review content. See you in the next one, and remember, engineering works best when it works for the people and the planet.